everyone, it's Kristie with AG Takes Over with not the best news. Um, as you may have already known before even seeing my video, news came out for me today, for when this is airing, yesterday, that the American Girl store Columbus is closing. So I want to talk about what that means to me, why I thought it was going to happen, then why I thought it wasn't going to happen, and then what I've learned about why it is happening, when it's happening, and what we're doing to make the most of the time that we have left with a local store. And that might be relevant to you because maybe you can join us in some of the things that we're going to do. It might be relevant to you because maybe you have a store that has an uncertain fate. And it might be relevant to you because you like my channel and you're supportive. So, by the way, if you're new to my channel, usually it's not heavy stuff. I mean, it's always about American Girl. Usually it's pretty lighthearted. Today just was some really bad news on top of a couple really rough days for me that are work related. So I live just outside of Columbus, Ohio, and the Columbus store is like 30 minutes from me. We go, my wife and I, we're both doll collectors if you've never been on my channel before. We go regularly, like a lot. It's one of our happy places. And I'm just kind of stunned. For those of you who are going to say, yeah, we knew this, that they've all been closing. Let me tell you, again, why I thought it was going to happen and then why I didn't think it was going to happen. So why I'm still stunned. I'm not clueless. We had indicators that things were okay. So, yes, American Girl has been closing a lot of their smaller stores. So we went, the writing's on the wall. And I've said this before, I've done store tour videos. I have sung the praises of our local store so much and constantly said how grateful I am that we live near a store. And I've tried to share that with people who live in other countries or other states, because I know that it's a special thing. It's not the products, because you can get them. I mean, getting to pick out your own doll is huge. That's a real bummer that we have coming to face. But I know that there are personal shoppers and they do a wonderful job, and people who live in areas where they lost their local store have said that that's a great option. It's really not the products though. It's great to be able to see the things. It's great to be able to feel them first and see the quality and touch them and share that with other people who don't have that. For me, it's also the displays. I really, really love seeing other people's talent in action and other people's creativity come to life. And so going in, like I just went for some Christmas shopping on Wednesday. I'm filming this on Friday, so I was there 2 days ago, and I just filmed. I got some footage. I'll probably throw it in here somewhere. Some footage to share with you all, because they had new displays up, and they're like holiday wintry scenes with windows. So when you kind of film this way, like from the inside, when you look at them, they're like the dolls are inside a room looking out, but it's like the glass cases are become the windows, and so you can look through. Anyway, I'll have to show it to you, but it was really cool and really creative, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the hairstyle combinations, hairstyle ideas that I get, all the little DIY things that go into the different scenes. They're so beautiful. I'm gonna have to compile like a best of from our store, from the past several years. But so we knew that a lot of the smaller stores were closing. That was confirmed when Mattel had their stakeholders meeting, and they basically spelled it out. We're going to try to do a more in-depth and expansive experience with fewer stores. So like quantity over quality, no more. We're going to go for big stores, but just fewer of them. So we're like, okay, well, I doubt that they're going to pick Columbus as one of their like flagship or stores that they save. And then they had lots of events there, and I thought, well, that's, I guess, not that different. Most of the stores are having events. Sometimes Columbus would have an event and maybe another small store didn't have it, or it wasn't as nice. Like, we recently had 2 authors come and for a book signing, and I was like, that's really cool. Um, so things like that, like, why did you book the authors at this store that you're gonna close instead of some other one of your big fancy stores? And some employees told us that corporate had even come there to the Easton Shopping Center and scouted out other locations, like within the shopping center, that were bigger, meaning maybe expansion, meaning maybe this would become a flagship store. And I didn't say anything about that because whatever, things can change and I don't want to get people's hopes up. But my hopes, I got my hopes up. And they, even a little thing like they have a point of sale system, like they got a new register, like card reader system, like a whole new system at the cash registers. Why would you upgrade a store that you're going to close? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So there are lots of things, like, you know, some of the display, like more permanent displays, the walls and things like that. It just doesn't make sense if they're planning on closing this store. And the contract came and went, like the lease came and went, so they renewed it. I don't know the terms of it. Obviously, it was not another 10 years, but it seemed there were a lot of indicators that thought we might be out of the woods. And I remember the last event that I met up, my wife and I met up with 3 of our doll collector friends who are local, and we were talking about that. Like, look, did you notice they got the new this and this changed? And I think we're okay. I think we're going to be okay. And every time we'd go in, we'd ask the employees, and they're like, no news is good news. We haven't heard anything. Things seem fine. So that's why we didn't think that it was going to close. Not that I thought it was impossible, but I didn't think it was impending anymore until today. So my wife told me today, when I was on a break from work, I went downstairs and her face fell when she looked at the phone, and I was like, what's going on? And she told me, and I was like, okay, I have to go back up to work and smile, like it's okay. And, you know, for anybody who's watching this and maybe you're a very casual collector, I don't know, I think you're my people, like you get it or you wouldn't be watching, but just, it's a happy place. Like, hopefully each of you have that and you can relate to that. Like, a physical place that you can go to when things feel really dark. Like, some people that's Universal Studios or Disney or, you know, wherever. So this was a really convenient, happy place, and the world has a lot of dark stuff, and so you need a happy place, and it just really sucks. So they announced it today. So it's been an emotional day. But one of the things that I learned is that corporate told some employees there that the money from the sale will go to cover the debt that they incurred building the new Dallas and Los Angeles stores. Not that I had any hopes of becoming like a brand ambassador for American Girl with some of the videos that I've made, being like very open about my opinions, both great and critical. But really, my wife said it's like when the teacher punishes the whole class because one kid messed up. Like, why does Columbus pay the price for the fact that they had a 9-month delay in opening their store in LA, and that likely cost them a lot of money, like that they weren't counting on? So that meant our store had to get in the chopping block. Like, if I didn't have the insider information that corporate had been looking at expanding that store possibly, obviously it wasn't like on their top list for expanding. Dallas has become a kind of a de facto flagship store. DC seems like that has become a favorite, but Columbus was at least in the running and not that long ago. So hope that LA store is worth it. I'm sure it is. It looks amazing, but it really, really sucks that those costing so much and possibly costing more than they anticipated, given the 9-month of delays there, meant that they decided they had to shut our store down. So when mid-February, so I believe the 19th. I'll correct this if it's wrong. I believe the 19th. What have we been doing in the interim, like prior to finding this out? Yeah, I knew it was a possibility they were going to shut it down. I mean, we go there all the time. I am going to have no regrets. I am not going to feel like I wish I would have valued this more when I had it. I have been valuing the crap out of that store. I love it. I am like, the people there know us, and they say hi to my daughter by name when we go in and always have her sticker ready. And I show them pictures of like custom things and whatever. I have been appreciating the crap out of that store and the amazing, talented people who work there. We did a birthday party there over the summer. I made a video of that. We have gone to like I said, the author signing, every like release and private shopping event that they've had, we have been there for since I got into collecting, which granted is a lot less time than some of you. But the point is, since I have known about American Girl and had a store next to me, I've been taking advantage of it. So I will not say, I wish I would have gone more. I wish I would have appreciated it more. I knew it was a precious thing, and I knew that it wasn't guaranteed. So I've been taking full advantage of it. And I want to continue doing that until we don't have it anymore. So my wife signed us up for a Galentine's Day tea, like at the beginning of February. So I gotta get some work coverage for that. We're gonna hit up the bistro at least one more time for that Galentine's Day tea thing. I haven't ever had any doll, like at the birthday party thing, they brought somebody into the birthday party room and did like the simplest of hairstyles, but I haven't had like a salon treatment for the dolls. I usually just do it myself, but I think I'm going to do it just because the store is still there and the salon's still there, and it'll be another thing to check off my list. So I probably pick some complicated hairstyle like fishtail braid. I can't do those yet. And we're going to have a meetup. So anytime that I've done meetups before, it's just been like our 3 local friends. But you're all invited. You're all invited. My wife posted this over on grace.agig, and I'm letting you know about it here, and I will put community posts periodically leading up to it. But January 14th, mark your calendars. 2 p.m. at the Easton Shopping Center in Columbus, Ohio. We're going to have a meetup. I would love for as many people as possible to be there. Let me know if you for certain. I know a lot of people are going to say, if I can make it, I'm going to try to do this. And that's fine. Let me know your intentions just because it adds to the excitement. But let me know for sure, like, if you will be there. Because maybe just depending on the number of people, like maybe we can make lunch reservations at somewhere nearby, or maybe we can figure out somewhere to go so that if it's like too many, we're not crowded in that store and we have other options after we're done shopping. Excuse me. But yeah, I would love for other AG tubers, people who create videos and people who watch them, like everybody who's part of this community, everybody who's over on AGIG who can go. If this is your local store, I know for some of you it is, please see it as many times as you can between now and February 19th, but also definitely try to go on the 14th of January. If you have been once or twice and you want to come back and visit it and say bye, but also get to meet a whole lot of people, I would love to see you there. If it's a bit of a drive for you, but you think you could make it, I know it's like a little over a month to plan, but I think it would be really special. I think it would be lovely to give it a proper send-off. And we have been wanting to do a meetup anyway. Nothing like this to kick your butt into gear, right? So if you are able to make it, let me know. And also pick out your favorite doll, because we will do an amazing group photo. We're going to meet in the back. There are 2 entrances. We'll meet in the back by the bistro, but I'm sure that it will be very abundantly clear that we're there. Several people have already said yes, they can go over on Grace's Instagram account. So I'm hoping for a good crowd. I'm going to be making some things to give. So I went to my first meetup at the benefit sale, and I did not realize people take things, like people made clothes and gave them out in little bracelets and pictures with their, you know, social stuff on it. And it was really fun. It was like a cool exchange that I just was not aware of, and I will be prepared this time. So I'm going to be making some necklaces, maybe some bracelets, but definitely necklaces because I think that would be special. I don't know what Grace is going to make, but she's excited about making something, and we're just trying to put a happy spin on something that's got us both really down. Yeah, come out and make it easier to say goodbye. And it would be nice to, you know, say hello to a lot of people while we're saying goodbye to a staple in our lives. That's it. I wasn't planning on this being the video for the weekend, and I still wanted to post tomorrow's video. So you get a Saturday video and a Sunday video. And Sunday's video was filmed well in advance of this bad news, so there'll be all happy there and no trace of the sadness that I'm feeling. All right. Let me know down in the comments any tips you have for us as far as if you've experienced this, things to take advantage of, like things to do that might not have occurred to me before the stores closed. If there's any like footage or anything you want from me that I can be of help, let me know in the comments. And other than that, I will see you tomorrow if you join me for my next video. All right, take care.